All right, welcome to Lose Tempo, where we highlight all the trending topics in dance music and showcase up and coming platforms, music, and artists. And today we have a special guest, really special guest, the one of the owners of Lose the Tempo. We got my boy Husky.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
What's up? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, dude. It's a Saturday. It's getting a little bit warmer out there. You know, it was really cold these past couple of weekends. Now we're getting into spring, so it's a little bit nicer weather.
We're getting to that pool party weather.
Facts. Have you gotten your outfit yet for the pool? You know?
I'm still working on my summer body.
Oh, bet.
Bet.
What workout you working on?
Now I'm just running cardio, hitting that young cardio, you know.
That's good.
But
I
yeah,
need some cardio too.
fact. So we got you here today for a few reasons. We have your name up here on the wall, right?
Right, yeah.
And no episode. It's a lost episode, I believe.
It is a lost episode.
So I think now it's about time we dive into you instead of you interviewing everybody that comes in. I feel like we need to let the world know who Husky is, where'd he come from, and all the good stuff. But I think before we get into that, let's just hit you with that quick hits topic.
Well,
that
shit.
segment.
For those who are just tuning in? What's quick hits?
So quick hits is just a quick segment we do. It's a questionnaire that we give all our guests, and the objective is to answer the question as fast as you can because you will be timed.
All right, sounds good.
All right, so
I believe I'm ready.
are you ready?
Yes, I am.
I feel like you've asked everybody these questions, so this should be quick. All right,
Sounds good.
just know if you're not the fastest, I'll be a little disappointed.
Oh, well, I guess we'll find out, right?
Let's do
We'll
it.
find out.
All right, let's do this. What's your social media handle?
Husky bass.
Your favorite DJ software?
Serato.
Age you started at?
13.
Favorite producing software?
FL Studio.
Favorite genre of music?
Hybrid Trap.
Favorite streaming platform?
SoundCloud.
Favorite BPM?
150.
What's a special skill?
I could play Guitar Hero on Expert.
Your first festival?
EDC Las Vegas 2014.
Why?
That was one festival that I've always wanted to go as a youngster, teenager. So I always see the official trailers. So that had to be my first festival, and they were only letting 18 years and older, and so I just kind of waited for that for my first festival.
Facts, respect. What is your dream festival?
Well, to attend, I think honestly I've always wanted to go to Ultra Music Festival in Miami.
What about to play?
But to play, it has to be EDC Las Vegas. I think that's just like one of my end goals for sure, is to play at EDC Las Vegas.
I feel like that's a lot of people's end goal, or like a goal in any DJ's career. Like
I don't know. I believe it. I mean, EDC is like the mecca of events when it comes to dance music, because you got not only just one genre prevailing around that festival. You got the bass music stage, you got the techno music stage. They all have their themes and names. So
yeah,
it's one of the biggest festivals around the world, not even just the United States.
So question. So we had Travieso on here, and he said he likes EDC Mexico versus EDC Vegas.
All right.
What's your favorite?
So I will say that the lineups at EDC Mexico compared to EDC anywhere that happens in the United States, I feel like EDC Mexico is a little bit more platform for the new upcoming underground artists.
Okay.
I think that's what makes EDC Las Vegas, or I'm sorry, EDC Mexico a bit more appealing for maybe upcoming artists and upcoming producers, because I've noticed talent and lineups looking a bit more in favor of upcoming underground acts, as opposed to EDC Las Vegas, where primarily they want to get the giants, they want to get the people that obviously sell the tickets, ensuring that it's a sold out concert. And I've seen live streams, and like the footage that I see from live streams in Mexico and the footage I've seen in United States, I think EDC Mexico has a better energy.
Okay.
I feel like they're a bit more grateful to the experience, and you don't really get a lot of those music festivals out there in Mexico just recently, until like 2-3 years ago. So I think I just think the energy and they're a little bit more spontaneous and more how would I say this? More enthusiastic about the music. They're there it's more about the music. You could tell in the footage and the live streams. And I think for me, if Obviously, if I had to choose, I'm gonna say Las Vegas because that's just one of my end goals. But
Yeah.
I would definitely not be opposed to playing Mexico because that shit looks like a great crowd, a good mixture of mainstream and underground acts. So, uh, that's my opinions towards what each festival kind of has and like in its differences.
No, yeah, you're right. You're definitely right.
But yeah.
So, real quick, I want to hop back into one of the questions you answered. You said Serato is your favorite DJ software. I would I would think, from the outside looking in, it would be Record Box since, we're always on Guess the Tempo asking Record Box what's up. So why Serato?
So when you DJ on Record Box, for the most part, it's done with USBs, right? And with USBs, when you want to go through tracks, you're scrolling through a knob. With Serato DJ Pro, I mean, and you could do it with Record Box too, but the experience that I get with Serato DJ Pro on a laptop than I do versus like on a laptop on Record Box, I feel like it's much more smoother. I think the program doesn't lag as much or crash as much. I would think in Record Box, with my experience. I think if again, when you think about Record Box, you think about just DJing on a USB. So track selection, like looking for music, I think when you talk about Serato DJ Pro, you gotta have a laptop to run it. So I think when you're looking for tracks specifically, especially when the crowd environment changes up and wants a different style, you could just easily search a particular track versus going on Record Box and going through the USB and just scrolling through the tracks that could take up a little bit more time. And I think the interface and how everything looks, like the waveforms and like how there's always like those little increments of sticks that Serato shows you, like right next to each other. It makes things easier for mixing and keeping things in beat match. If we're talking about keeping mixing smooth and keeping it all cool.
So
I've just had a much more better smooth experience on Serato DJ Pro. Like it's.
let me ask you this.
I grew up on it too. That's one of the things like I started
There we
on
go.
it too as
That's
well.
that's what I wanted to ask. So how do you know all about Serato? Because like if outside looking in again perspective, people know you from playing just a bunch of EDM shows, and all that's really there are CDJs. What's your background with Serato? Like, how did you get into the whole DJing scene?
So I actually started DJing. I want to say because I started going over to my cousin's house. Some of you guys know him. His name is Animal, and he would go with one of our guests that we've had in our previous episode. I would go over to his house, and he would have friends over, and they would mess around with this program called Virtual DJ. So that's actually the first program that I've got into, and I actually liked the idea of DJing and mixing one track from the other. And like my biggest take from it is like the music not stopping at all. I was like, damn, dude, like we could just keep the fucking music going without it stopping. So that's what I really liked about DJing, and so I got curious. I seen that the program that they were fucking with was Virtual DJ, so I went home, downloaded Virtual DJ. I pretty much self-taught myself how to mix through there, and then over time, I upgraded my gear. I really wanted to learn on turntables because I just started off on controllers and straight up computer, like mixing with mouse and keyboard. And, some
Facts.
people might
Humble beginnings.
Some people have been there, but I was working with what I got. I'm a 13-year-old kid at this age. I'm just getting into high school, so I don't got much, I guess, income at the moment. And I would do gigs, do $50 gigs, do exposure gigs to get more gigs type shit, and I would upgrade my gear. And then there was another program trending, which would be Serato. I think back then it was just Serato DJ.
Scratch Live.
Oh, So it was Scratch Live. Then it would go from Serato DJ Intro and all this freaking
so it went
evolutions.
Went from Scratch Live, and then it went to there's a itch for a little bit.
Oh,
and then
you're right.
Itch turned into
Intro, yeah.
into Intro, and then Intro turned into DJ. And now it's just Serato DJ.
Yeah, so those are around high school, man, where like I was starting to do a little bit more gigs, and I seen all the other DJs starting to use this different software, and I seen Serato. I'm like, oh shit, then I gotta see what's going on. With Serato though, around that time, which was like 2011, 2012, you kind of had to get a sound card to work with Serato, which was either an SO1, SO2, or back in the days you had to get the mixer, which was the TTM 57 SL, which is a really popular Serato integrated mixer that a lot of the club DJs and a lot of the people that were like hopping on Serato were using. And I would just save money. I'd get one mixer and then just run the laptop and run the turn on both sides. And then it became one mixer turned into one mixer right turntable. And then, more gigs, save up a little bit more money. Then I ended up getting like both turntables. And then this was like all throughout high school from like 2010 to 2014. And that was just like my experience, just always mixing in Serato, doing high school parties, mobile parties, quinceañeras, weddings. So even before I was starting to do gigs like Lost Lands or, do my own headlining show over there in Canada, I was, just I really like DJing, and you know it's good income when you're a youngster. You know, you're a teen, 15 years old, 16 years old. Honestly, making like sometimes between from 2 to 3, 600 a night on the weekends. I mean, no brainer, like no brainer. And like you're on the party, so I was just constantly trying to find gigs to put my name out there. I actually didn't even start as Husky. I was Twitch. I named myself DJ Twitch, and that was my alias throughout high school from 2010 to 2014. And I was just DJing at this time. I wasn't producing, but I've always been passionate about dance music. Like I said, like I saw the first like clips of EDC. I want to say in 08, 09. And at that moment, I was like, dude, if I'm gonna go to my first rave, like I'm gonna wait it out, and I'm just gonna wait till I turn 18, and then EDC 2014. And at that moment, when I went to the EDC Las Vegas 2014, my first rave. At that moment, I told myself, I'm gonna start producing, like taking that shit seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then you know, I did what I've done throughout now, and you know, now we're here.
Sounds like you knew what you wanted to do from the start.
Yeah, you know, like honestly, I think DJing like gave me it's a big part of my personality. It's like a lot of it's of my identity is attached to a lot of like the DJ stuff that I've done. So, you know, overall, dude, I think dance music is like one of the biggest things in my life. You know, it's not just like some hobby to me. It's like a passion. I've been able to make I've been able to start a good music career with it as well, and you know, I like what I do. Like it makes me happy. It's like it's not like I'm forcing myself to like that shit. Like I like that shit. Like I wake up, I go in the car, I'll listen to EDM like from the get go. So I mean, it's just that's just my life, dude. I guess I could just say that.
So let me ask you this, because you said you started by Twitch, and then what was the progression from Twitch to Husky? Like, you've changed your alias a few times, but what did the alias change do for you each time you changed?
I think at first, for the most part, when I was trying to move away from Twitch, there was already another producer. Like, I actually wanted to stay with Twitch because like it just, I don't know, it just seemed cool with me. Like I liked it, like the way it sounded. Like other people were, like, you know, didn't really say much about the name. Like it was just straightforward. And I believe there was another Twitch that was playing big shows, and he was making music. And like honestly, I didn't want to just like run into like a confrontation or run into an obstacle or a hurdle of like, hey bro, like I'm Twitch, like yeah, I'm gonna need you to so I didn't want to like put all this work into Twitch and then later on potentially get an email or like you know, something from the other Twitch and be like, hey dude, like yeah, I'm doing bigger gigs, so like, you know, maybe change your name or some shit. And then from there I was just thinking about names, and then it was like around the time too I got a Husky, and I was just thinking about, what if I was like Husky? And then I was thinking about, okay, Husky. Hey, I'm Husky. What's going on, everybody? I'm Husky. Yo, what the fuck is up? This is my new track. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm Husky. So I think it had a good name to it. And there was, like, little names I had in between there, too, from Twitch. Because it wasn't just, like, Husky right after. It was, like, I think it was Litster after that, and then Koala. And I don't know, maybe I just kind of rushed those names. And, like, after I would say, I'm like, you know what? It seems too... I don't know, it just doesn't seem me. And then when I got Husky, I don't know, it just felt right with me. I like the way it comes off my mouth, and I don't know, I just like the name. Pretty cool.
All right, let's step aside from your DJing real quick, and let's step into platforms you've started and are, like, you know, in bed with right now. So that would be Lose the Tempo, obviously our platform, and then you got Low End. Mm-hmm. And Low End started when exactly?
So it started, from what I remember, good question. I think it was August of 2018. I started at Mezcal.
Oh, actually. Really?
Yeah, I had the flyer too.
Dang, full circle.
Yeah. So you know, it's funny too,
because we'll touch on that.
Yeah, first show that we had. That's when I think about when we started. I think about the first show we threw. And that was around summertime. I believe it was August at Mezcal 2018. We had Gom, we had Hunter, we had the Goon, like Travieso. We had Travieso. We had OG Nixon.
Yeah.
Like we had all these artists, and goddamn, dude, I'm thinking about it. Shit, we had a fucking lineup, bro. And you know what was disappointing about that night? Not as much people did not go.
I remember that.
Like, we learned a
we had
lot.
Audio Bot, no?
Yeah, we had Audio Bot, which was like Kenny Oliver.
Yeah.
Dude, he went to the army. Fuck, dude. Fucking
Hey,
shout out to Kenny, dude. Fuck, man. I'm glad he's still making music though. He didn't make that.
Facts.
He didn't make that. Put it to light. But yeah, it all started in 2018, and you know from there we learned like you know what we could do better. The venue too, like how people were running it at that time, like it kind of limited us on how we wanted to do things. So Jose was actually, and Lowen is something I started with Animal. So him and I are you know running the Lowen platform, and he was already doing a residency at the S Bar in Moreno Valley, and he was like, hey, you know what, like I'm doing a residency at this bar, you know, it could be, we could make it look like into a cool scene, like a cool environment for dance music. And we started moving our shows from, well, that was our only show in Riverside from the start. Like it was from Mescal, and then from there we just moved over to S Bar, and it was closer to home. I think like the parking situation was better. Drink prices were better at that venue too. And then also too, like we were getting a better deal, like with like percentages right there at the bar. So it just kind of made more sense for us to just build a platform, build a community there at the S Bar in Moreno Valley, California. And we did that, you know, up until the pandemic. And we've booked artists such as OG Nixon, Clank, Kenny Oliver, you know, like Travieso, who was, you know, formerly known as with the duo The Goonies with the Gotham City Fridays. We had a bunch of artists. One of the big artists, obviously, being Clank. You know, he's from Nightbase, had releases with all those big house artists. And again, we were gonna keep doing more shows, and then pandemic hit, and we tried doing live streams and all that, but you know that kind of didn't really stay consistent as much. Yeah, and so, but with that being said, you know, with that break from Lowen not doing live shows, I was able to. So the whole beginning with Lucid Tempo, I was the first one that started the whole platform. Like I founded it, came up with the name. It was first a music platform, sharing music, you know, just like a regular YouTube music channel, sharing music. And then from there, you know, I was at the tennis courts with Robert, and I was just like, yeah. Robert was like, yeah.
We were playing soccer. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. For some reason, this fool feels embarrassed to say like he plays tennis or some shit. But,
I don't play tennis. I watch you play tennis, I guess.
This fool plays tennis. All right, we were playing soccer.
No, you right, run it.
And then Robert was just like, "Hey, dude, you know, we could possibly, you know, amp it up a bit. We could, you know, do the podcast. 'Cause we weren't doing this shit. I was just sharing music, like a regular music channel, and."
Yeah, I remember just talking to you about us starting doing content because we had already recorded some stuff before. We had done a podcast before.
Yeah, we were working on, like, we were doing prototypes and shit.
Yeah, and I just approached you and said, you have the Lose the Tempo platform already that, you know, you already have it. So why not start doing everything on there? And
yeah, and then that was a day when I brought on Robert, True Rob, Zion Don, you know, onto the platform, made him a partner. And then from there, you know, we both own now the platform, and then now, ever since then, you know, we're 20. This is the 20th episode. We're 20 episodes deep in.
20 episodes.
Yeah, so we're 20 episodes deep in. Had all these special guests, you know, the names you see on the wall. And with Lucid Tempo, my main goal with this platform was to showcase, obviously, like when I say in the intros, you know, showcase upcoming platforms, music, and artists. You know, I like a taste. You know, if you looked at the previous, you know, uploads that I've done on the YouTube channel, you know, a lot of it's, you know, bass music stuff, bass house, dubstep, trap, rhythm. But you know, whatever's good in dance music, you know, we'll take a look at it. But that was just my main goal, you know, like, cause I do Husky, that's my music career. Like I have releases, you know, I work on music on Husky, live shows, events. You know, I was doing that with Lowen. Pandemic hit, and so you know, to start that other business which is Lose the Tempo with you. You know, I just wanted to stay busy, stay more, keep on getting more involved with the community, cause that's a big, my vision about my contribution to the industry and the scene. You know, it's not just to throw DJ performances. I want to, you know, contribute more to a scene that's still growing. Like I think it's still growing.
It'll never die out.
I think it's just starting. If we're talking about like shows, like only just this past decade, bro, EDM. I think only the past 5 years, but I feel like EDM was like starting to get commercialized. So with the pandemic, dude, like I feel like the pandemic fucked the whole momentum of like how much more people were gonna get into dance music.
Yeah, I believe
but
that.
You know, now you're starting to see that California and all these other states opening up, having live shows. Lowen's gonna start getting more busy now, so we have a show coming up on April 22nd in downtown Riverside at Mescal Thursday
At
night.
Mescal,
We're
what's
having
up?
obviously Zion Down play,
Woo.
and I'm headlining the show.
Facts. We
So,
out here.
for those who are around the Southern California area, specifically Inland Empire, downtown Riverside at Mescal, April 22nd, 2021, Husky show.
2021,
It's gonna
damn.
be a Lowen show, so free before 10 p.m. Free before 10 p.m. Because
Oh,
we gotta show,
swear.
we gotta show love to the openers.
True.
Yeah, that's one thing too. If you could go out to a show early as possible and show love to the openers, trust me, that means a lot to these to the openers and everyone that's like there in the beginning. I don't know, I just had to throw that out there. I always try to do my best to get to the shows as early as possible. But yeah, April 22nd, we're throwing a show. And then hopefully, with Lose the Tempo, besides doing the podcast, doing the Guess the Tempo segments and all that, we hope to sometime in the near future do live performance shows as well. Not just in California, but around the country. And then, as we sooner progress, possibly around the globe. And, that's my vision, for our platform, Robert. Again, starting off as doing this, later on getting into exclusive releases, making this a label. Possibly making this into again like an entertainment company to do live shows and all that. So just trying to stay busy. I'm not just trying to be a DJ. I want to contribute to the scene, contribute to the industry, and also too when I think about it from all these angles, I think it's a good things to have as an artist. Like I'm Husky, but I'm not just a music producer. I have all these other business assets such as Lowen and Lose the Tempo. And Lose the Tempo, I take that time to showcase other people. And so I'm helping out the industry and other people, newcomers. Lowen, I help out bringing other artists to play. They have the little, their slot, they do their thing. They have their crowd. They get the content that they need for whatever the fuck. And then for Husky, obviously, it's just music whenever I play these shows and everything else that I'm doing for the project.
No, facts. I think it's a good thing that you have your foot in a bunch of different doorways, like
Husky's plan A and everything else. It's good to have a bunch of plan B's, plan C's, plan D's, the plan.
It's not even that those are plan B's and C's. It's just you like expanding more as Husky in the scene that you're participating in,
Right.
Like, and if Husky, it's not even if Husky doesn't work, it's not. You're just a business person. No business person just stays to one business. The best thing to do is to branch out, to do multiple business, to do multiple things, have multiple streams of income. So any like smart producer and stuff, they don't just produce music for themselves. Like, they do other stuff. They'll produce, they'll record for other people. So, like what you're doing is basically, in a sense, the same thing. And like even better because it's more things that you know how to do and you can give other people the tools and knowledge to do the same, So I think that's very important.
You know what? I don't know everything, Like when I started Lose the Tempo, when I started Lowen, when I started Husky, a lot of us sometimes have the idea that all right, I think we have the information that we need. Like so far, you do it, and like you always just have to keep in mind that a lot of times that you plan out things, a lot of times it may not go through, and don't get discouraged. Just keep on working, keep on learning from your mistakes, be open to it. Grow from your mistakes, whether you're a music artist or someone having an event company like Lowen, like myself and Jose, or having like a music platform like Lose the Tempo, like myself and Robert. Just always stay open. Don't think that you're the best and like act like you don't need no information because it's always a growing industry. Stay open, be flexible, don't seem like you know it all, and be kind. I think that's one big thing, and respect. Just be respectful toward everyone's opinions on genres, on whether or not shows should be thrown or not. But again, that's just another conversation. I don't know,
everybody has their opinion.
Yeah,
dogs.
but honestly, I'm just really glad if I started any businesses, I'm just glad I chose this area because this is an area I'm really more comfortable and familiar with. And I just can't, it's a part of my life, honestly. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of it's a part of my identity, a part of my personality, and I can't imagine myself as a person without DJing, without music. Because honestly, a lot of my life has revolved just around that. And at work, I have a job as well. A lot of people, have jobs, that they're doing from 9 to 5, and that's the thing too. Like, even when I'm off work, I'm working. Like, It may just seem like I'm on my
And
computer.
that's weird. You know, people don't understand that aspect of people building a for themselves, building like a platform or building themselves, building their business, right? Like people think that you're just having fun playing music, you know, but in reality, like I don't see this as me having fun playing music. I see this as me working towards something, you know, working towards a goal, working to be better, not like I don't know, because from an outsider's perspective, I feel like you could see it as just us doing something to be busy, but in
I feel you,
reality,
yeah. A lot of it is like, you know, again, like you're saying, it's more than actually just trying to keep busy. Like we could actually make it
mhm.
more into something a bit more serious, more.
And most of the time, like it's not fucking fun all the time. You
Look,
feel me?
and
Like
I
that
wanted to,
shit's stressful.
I wanted to touch on that too. I always try to make it as fun as possible, but it's not
It's
always
not
gonna be
always
fun
fun.
all the time.
Fuck
And
no.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's discouraging, but it is your job to combat that discourageness with your passion, your hungriness, and your motivation. Cause that discouragement, fuck, man,
It
it's not
hits
good energy.
hard.
It's not good energy. Like you could tell that, like you just don't want to build when you got that discouragement. Like you just feel like hope is not there, and you just gotta combat that with hope,
A-
and you just gotta believe that, you know, all this work that you're putting into, you know, it's gonna come back, you know, and reward you in the long term. Cause again, you just gotta keep on working on it, and
I also think like it's important to like surround yourself with like-minded individuals and people that see or have the same mind frame as you do, you know, because if you're around people that that aren't into what you're into, that don't see what you do as a business, that just like want to do other things, like it's not helping you whatsoever. Like your mindset comes from the people around you, you know. So you got to surround yourself in the scene. To be honest, like in anything you do, whether you want to be like a tax broker, you got to surround yourself with people that know how to do that shit, you know. So like same thing that goes for making music and being in the EDM scene. You got to surround yourself with all of this. You got to surround yourself with the people that really want to do it, you know?
I agree on that. And obviously, I'm sure there's been examples and scenarios where like you're with a group and then don't share the same values and the same interests and same energy as you. And I mean, you made it work your way, but you can't lie. Like those environments are, you know, they're not that motivating and it could be discouraging. So like Robert has mentioned, if you could surround yourself more with like-minded minds and energy, it's just always better. It's just always
And
good to surround yourself with that energy. And,
and
and also just before you talk as
go
well,
ahead.
I also wanted to just let everybody know, like, there's also times where like you might invite a friend who's like working on a business or working towards like, you know, just better shit for them to put themselves in a better place in life. And you invite them out, and if they say no, don't take it as like they ain't trying to hang out with you or they ain't trying to like make time for you. Like you kind of just maybe just need to understand a bit more that they're using that time, especially that if they're young, they're using that time to build towards something. So if they decline to go out or, you know, not to do something with you, you know, don't, you know, and if you know that, you know, they're working towards something, just acknowledge that, you know, because a lot of that time takes away from being with your friends and even your family. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just definitely respect where your friends are working towards, and you support as much as possible. You know, on social media, if you could like a post, share it, that helps out a lot. You know, shows are coming back out. If you could attend the shows, you know, go support the artists, DJs that are playing. Being there in person means so much. Like I can't even like really stress out how much that means. Even if the DJ doesn't tell you, like it just means a lot that you show up. A lot of that shit's, you know, not charging much. You know, a lot of that shit's free. So uh,
Facts.
and I appreciate all the support that I've gotten, you know, with all the people that I've met throughout these past years of me just being DJs from high school up until now, from Twitch up until Husky. So appreciate everyone that supported me, you know, everyone that's booked me. I've been able to do so much dope stuff, travel, play shows in Canada, play Los Angeles in 2018. You know, it's been such a fucking ride, and it's still a ride. This you know, I'm on a fucking, you know, I'm not gonna fucking keep on parking, bro. We driving, and we driving all the way to the top. I actually got a track called "To the Top." Funny.
True.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our next segment real quick, and then we could touch on some music coming from you, because that's what I'm really
Bet.
excited to hear for.
Bet.
But we're gonna get into our next segment called EDM Confessions.
Oh,
So this is basically like our version of like Cards Against Humanity, pretty much, and it's an EDM version of it, you know.
got you.
So all our questions are gonna be based in EDM. So
All right, these are my cards right
those
here.
are your cards right there.
All right, cool.
Didn't
Don't want
look
to
at
answer
them,
you something?
so I'll ask
Damn,
you
I'm excited to
first.
ask you some questions because I think I want to
True.
know what you would answer some of these.
All right,
But
I'm
go ahead.
gonna go ahead and go first.
Go on, yeah.
You probably already answered all of these, so it don't really
Fucking
matter.
hate you, bro.
What is your
Get some new
favorite
cards.
EDM ad lib?
My favorite EDM ad lib. Honestly, bro, that's. Cause I don't got that many favorite EDM ad libs. Dude, I don't know. That's fucking hard. Dude, I can't even think of any, bro. Cause I've answered this question like so many times. Like
Yeah.
I don't have that many favorite ad libs at the moment. Bro, I don't know. Shit. Oh, damn. I wish this was timed because I would feel pressured and I
So-
work good under pressure.
You all right? So
I don't know.
so you
dude,
can
like-
think. Let me just throw something out there. I don't know if you remember this, but when we originally started this game, we had an option to where you didn't have to answer the question, and all you had to do was drink. I don't know if you remember that.
I honestly did not remember.
Yeah, so that was originally an option. If you didn't want to answer the question, you could drink.
I want to answer the question though. That's the problem. I don't want to leave my viewers hanging. Everyone wants to know what the fuck my favorite EDM. All right, so I will say my favorite EDM album, and I've said this in previous episodes, but for me, it's gonna be the Zombie Nation one. The
You did say that. Yeah.
But that's obviously off the top, like one of my favorite ad libs. Like you hear that, maybe the people that don't know the track may know the track name, but they know the track. Like it's like Sandstorm. The Rude Sandstorm. Like it's kind of like that type of vibe. But yeah, yeah. Imagine we get copyright for that for what I just said. That'd be some
Bro.
bullshit. That'd be some. Hey, YouTube.
I
you
mean,
getting
we
good
already put it in a video, so.
right,
Sure.
but yeah, the Zombie Nation one. Yeah, that's
I
like
feel
my
it. Classic.
favorite. Yeah, classic favorite ad lib.
All right, go ahead. It's all you.
Did you choose these for yourself?
I did not. I didn't even look
Bullshit. All right. God damn it.
at them.
Alright, I want to give you the hardest. All right, you're at a party and you just got ox. What's the first EDM track you're playing?
Yeah, I feel like we just did my episode not too long ago, and like I feel like
You got this answer?
I
Or you got
think-
this question. I mean,
maybe, but like my first EDM track I'm gonna play Hoover. I don't know who it's by. By like it's like some weird like not Russian name, like German name. But
all
the
right.
track's called Hoover, and it's like
Hoover?
yeah, I'll put a little snippet in here for
Yeah,
people.
what
to
kind of
hear and
genre is
shit.
it?
It's like bass house.
Oh,
Yeah, that shit just gets that shit just gets the party
Oh, yeah, dude,
going,
that
dog.
shit
It's a
That
vibe.
shit gets nutty.
It's a vibe.
Yeah,
Like the
you
whole
play that
intro, the intro in it is very like subtle, and then it just the vocals drop.
Oh yeah,
and
the
it's a
vocals
vibe.
is like, oh, it's gonna be some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't complain with that. Yeah, that'll get the party turned for sure.
Facts.
Yeah,
facts.
for sure. Hoover. Bad.
All right, let's get this next question going. All right, so we're basically gonna ask the tail end of that question.
Right on.
You just played your last track at a show, and the crowd wants one more song. What is your encore track?
My encore track.
I love this question. This next.
Can I ask you something? Can you like tell me where I'm at?
No.
No, can't see.
No, okay.
Am I at a festival?
I'll paint the scene for you.
Yeah, paint the
alright?
scene for me. Yeah, actually, because that would help me out to give you a better answer. Yeah, paint the scene for me.
Paint the scene. All right. So you're at Lost Lands.
Lost Lands.
All right.
Shit.
You're opening up for Excision. You just dropped one of your last tracks and are about to dip. And then the crowd's like, nah, one more track, Husky, one more track. And like you're about to walk off and like the crowd is just going fucking wild. What's the track you about to play?
I gotta play that one track that we had previously featured on our Guest at Temple. With Black Jesus. Yeah. Because like I don't think I'm playing that right now. Oh well, if I knew I was gonna have an encore, I'm gonna save that track for the end. Because I think that's like because you kind of for your encore, you kind of want to like still leave them like wanting more. So that way
For the opener.
Yeah, for the opener. And I didn't want to like maybe because I in previous episodes with other guests that I've had this conversation with, I've said like Flux Pavilion, I Can't Stop, Nero the Recluse, and those seem like a lot of those are like kind of closing type of feel vibes, and this one's like nah, fuck that. Let's keep the party rolling. Like shit's about to
Yeah.
get weird. And
Yeah.
Slugs.
Oh, that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
that's what it's called by Run It.
Run It.
Yeah, yep. So Run It, Slugs, I would play, and it's
Banger.
trap.
Banger.
Hey, at Lost Signs, you would think I would drop
That
some
would work.
rhythm.
Nah, that would
And that's,
work.
hey, no, that's what I'm saying. Lost Signs, like, I'm sorry, but the demographic for sure is like Wook shit. Like, they like that Wook trap.
Yeah.
You know, I've told you stories about what happened at Lost Signs with the showers and shit and all that. Dude, fucking Wooks, bro. God damn. I love the crowd though. Love the crowd.
How was that, Lost Lands? If you had to just sum it up, you get 3 words to sum up Lost Lands. What are those 3 words?
So
Yeah,
the
putting you on
first,
the spot.
so the first word, I will say reborn.
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 Okay. This is 2018.
2018. Lost Signs 2018. Yeah.
He
So,
felt reborn.
Reborn. Accomplished.
Accomplished.
Hopeful.
Hopeful. That describes Lost Lands. Okay.
For me.
I feel it.
For me.
I feel you.
But if let's say if I had another 3 words,
If you had another 3 words.
I would say insane. Like from the regular attendee goer perspective. Perfect.
Perfect.
Bass.
Bass. Okay, fuck with that.
Home.
Respect. Shout out Excision. Let's get this next question going.
Yeah, I think it'd be home, and I think all the audience and person that's gone to Lost Sands and you like bass music, it's home away from home. All right. Finish the song lyrics. I want you to take over.
Control. Next question.
Yeah,
All right.
we're gonna get new cards.
Yeah, we are.
Trust. And if you guys have any card ideas too, hey, we have our email.
Drop a comment, dog.
Drop a comment,
We
yeah.
got you. We'll see.
We actually had one of the viewers say where they could, send us some questions. So in the meantime, if you guys want, we have our emails in the description. Go ahead and send us any questions that you like, and if you guys want us to answer it on the videos, we'll answer it. Why not?
All right. So I like asking you this question, or you probably don't know this, but I always like giving the guest this question to ask you because I like putting you on spot, and this kind of changes sometimes.
Fuck you.
Who is your least favorite DJ and producer?
Least favorite DJ and producer, bro.
Yeah. Cause look, all right, I'm just gonna like close the veil. I'm gonna let y'all in on like a little insider. So me and Carlos kick it on the regular, right? He's always shitting on DJs. Always shitting on DJs. So this is why I like giving him this question.
You're a goddamn liar, bro. You're a goddamn liar.
Tell me I'm capping.
You're capping, bro. You stupid capping. All right.
True.
Damn.
True.
Dude, no. All right, so everyone that's listening, I will tweet who is my least favorite DJ if this video gets 1,000 views and 100 likes. Nah, just fucking around.
God.
Maybe that works. But my least favorite DJ and producer at the moment, unfortunately, is gonna have to be That Sick.
All right.
Unfortunately, it has to be That.
Respect. Go ahead and get the
Just-
next question.
We're not gonna get into it. I just gonna say That Sick.
A respectable answer.
Yeah, but all right. So Zion Don, would you rather be a shuffler or a glover, and why? That's a good one.
So I think just because I'm a product of my time era, I'm gonna go with shuffling. Every time I've seen people shuffling shit, I always thought they were cool, so I'd be a shuffler.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and because I don't dance, so like that'd be cool, Because it's a form of dancing, right?
I've actually had nights recently in the past 3 months, like trying to get back into shuffling.
Yeah.
I just start like just something to express my music. I guess music for my content. I don't know.
So I recently seen like a video. So compared to when like shuffling became like a big thing, like on YouTube type shit, like compared to the videos that were out then to what you could do now with videos, like I think you could be so creative with shuffling right now, especially with like a bunch of people getting into video editing and whatnot. Like
Yeah.
I seen a video of like some dude that I'm pretty sure almost everybody's seen this guy shuffle. Like there's like a meme where it's like uncle shuffling at shore or whatever, and it's like some old. He's not an old dude, but he has like a Mexican stash and
Right,
stuff.
like straight up like someone's Theo.
Yeah,
Like, just getting down.
and he's
Uncle
shuffling. So he made like a professional video where someone like professionally edited, had like a green screen in the background. The same person. And dude, he actually does videos and stuff like that. Like he has a page and he's really established.
So it wasn't some meme shit. It was like
well, now I'm pretty sure it started like that, but he took advantage of the meme.
Oh,
you feel me?
Smart.
Exactly. So
Bars.
so yeah, and like I seen one of his videos and I was like, dude, if the whole trend of shuffling hit again, it would be on like some insane like visual type shit. Like I'm really looking forward to what comes out of festivals and dance music in the future, because like I said, editing, especially in 2021, everyone's getting into. I mean, the cameras on your phone and the apps that you could get like could do so much shit now.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
It's not gonna be just shuffling gains. Like on YouTube, you're gonna type in like XYZ gang versus WXW gang shufflers. You remember those videos? And they're like 2080p like quality
like
and shit.
KBC versus KBK or like Long Beach shuffling. Like, I remember I would type in shuffling, and then there was like this video from like Long Beach of like motherfuckers in the backyard. Like they made an event. It seemed like they were just kids that ditched school and like fucking like. It honestly just looked like high school kids that ditched school to go to this like homie's backyard, and they had like an easy app. And I think you can look it up. It's called KBC, KBK shuffling, something
like that. Once you type in the letters and then verses and then shuffling, you'll find that shit.
Yeah, I remember those videos.
But just imagine that in this day and age, with the whole TikTok era, with all that shit. Like that would be fucking insane, right?
But to add on to this, rest in peace Tectonic. I haven't even seen that shit. A lot of you guys probably not familiar with Tectonic, but it was pretty much a form of dancing to dance to like dance music, but it was like with your hands, like. So there was shuffling, and a lot of people forgot about this one. Jump style. Yeah, jump style. Where like it's shuffling, but think of it just like you like hopping and doing like shit with your legs. Like I don't know, and then there was shuffling. So shuffling was obviously bigger. It was a bit more appealing than like jump style, and Tectonic. But for the most part, it's because of the music that was attached to these forms of dancing. And obviously shuffling was like. Sorry about that. The fucking Vizzies or the White Claws.
True, the claws.
Shuffling was just a bit more appealing just because the music attached to that form of dance was more like house music. And obviously the house music demographic is a bit more bigger.
So speaking on music and house music, what do you have coming up as Husky?
Damn, son. Y'all ready to hear some fucking announcements? Let's get it.
So before you get into that, just... because I want to big you up a little. You show me a lot of tracks that you've never released or haven't released yet. And if you've been to a Husky show, you've probably heard a good amount of these tracks. Some of these tracks you've had for coming over a year now and whatnot.
For reals.
What's the decision of you doing that? Like, because, usually when people make music... they make it, they're so gassed on it that they just want to release it.
I feel like that every time, though. But yeah, keep going.
So, like, what stops you from just saying, okay, next month I'm just going to gear up to self-release?
Well, honestly, I every time I make a track and I'm satisfied with it, don't get it twisted. I always want to release it right away. Get it to you guys' ears. But when I think about, like, taking care of my tracks, making sure it reaches everyone as much as possible... I got to cover groundwork and do marketing, do promotion, So for example, let's say I finish a track right now. Depending on how many tracks I already have scheduled for release. Because again, when I make tracks, I'm just stacking. Like, because I want to treat the track right, make sure it reaches everyone. So whenever I finish a track, there's my process of making emails to like bloggers, making emails to YouTube channels, making emails to like people that help me out with promotion. Because again, I'm worried. I want to make sure that I'm satisfied with it and that it reaches to many people as possible. So a lot of that decision of me, holding off on tracks is really me planning on the promotion and spreading the awareness of the track and creating a campaign behind it. Because I used to be that artist where I was excited for the track, I finished it, and boom, uploaded on SoundCloud like with no like prior like advertisement or promoting it, and you get results. But I've noticed that with more planned promotion, making sure you have material to promote it, tease it, do visuals, plan a campaign. I think I've always had a better result reaching more people to listen to my music, and also with the power of advertising. I think that takes time. So to plan the advertisements, to plan the promotion, to make sure it's reaching the audience that I want, which is, and that also depends. So if it's house music, I'll tailor like my promotion to house music audience. So it's very tailored. Like, the outsiders just see Husky uploading a track, but what a lot of people don't see is Husky before uploading the track is emailing, getting the artwork done. And artwork is another thing too. Like, I don't just upload it with like some artwork that I make off of fucking photo editing app. Like, I actually have a graphic designer by the name of Slash, and a fucking sick cat that does visuals, does sick artwork. And I mean, his illustrations are sick. You can follow him on Instagram /VDO1. It does all my artwork. So if you guys are wondering, like, the past 8-10 tracks who's been doing my artwork, it's been Slash. Shout out Slash. He's been really killing it with my vision and how I want the artwork to be. So yeah, dude, it's just preparation. And again, I want to release it every time I finish it, bro. I want to release it, but I know in my heart that I always want to get the best results, and I don't mind it, bro, because again, like, I have a really good workflow. I feel like I can knock out tracks that I'm satisfied with in a good short of time, and
so
yeah, it's just preparation, planning, just getting it to everyone as much as possible. And honestly, I feel like sometimes I come off as annoying with my ads sometimes, and that's good. And that's good.
Point. That's the fucking
and that's
point.
Good.
That's the point.
Because again, I'm just like, if you're not gonna like it, someone's gonna like it, and I learn from my insights and data. So data's important, just so you know.
It's interesting that you say that, like, you hold on to your music because, like, you want to get the promotion that it needs, right? I'm finding myself with like a similar situation. Not really, but like, there's some tracks that I'm just holding on to that it's like, I cannot put this out yet. Like, this is a fucking, to me, it's gold, right? So I'm just like, I don't think it's time for me to put this out yet. So I'm gonna sit on it. Sometimes producers overthink shit, right? Sometimes I think I'm doing a disservice by keeping music, and then sometimes I'm really thinking about it. And then sometimes I really think about it and say, realistically, if I put a song out right now, what does my audience really look like? Is it going to get what I need it to get just based off of it being a good song? Or should I wait until, like, I've already put out more tracks, and more people have gone on. I've developed more of a fan base, if you want to say it like that. But, like, that could also be like a big disservice to some people, No,
yeah.
Because there's people out there that make amazing music, and because they think like it's not good enough for any reason, or think it's not gonna get what they wanted to get for any reason, they won't put it out because they're waiting for the right timing. Do you think the right timing always comes?
I think what we sometimes think the right time is can also sometimes be misconstrued. I think I'll give you an example. Say What You Want EP. It's coming out this month, April 29, with Say What You Want releasing as like the first teaser on the 22nd. I made that EP last year of March. So hold on off on that a year, right? And that's just me, planning the preparation, making sure that, it's an EP. I honestly really take great care of it. Like, I put a lot of, like, my dubstep bass efforts into this shit. It's a dubstep EP, like, straight up fucking headbanging shit. So, I don't even think, if my release date's the right time. But what I've learned is that don't try to hold off too long on something that you're satisfied in the work that you put in. Because I feel like if I were to hold on it too longer, the production at that time with my singles that I'm pushing out probably would surpass the quality of the EP. So I kind of just I'm still in that stage where I feel like the EP is still within my production value. So I feel like I didn't want to hold on it too longer, and I like the work. I have a collaboration with Over, like that's a sick collab, and so
it's fun, not funny. It's crazy to say, but you can hear it. So, like, at least for me, I could tell, like, at what time or what era you produced a certain track at. Because how you say, like, if it still fits in the same production style as you're, like, still producing in. But say, go back a year or two ago and look at your SoundCloud and listen to the tracks that you put out in 2019. The production style, I don't want to say is the same, but it's like it has similarities in it, you know? And
I
then
agree.
you'll jump out the next year, put out a whole different type of like tracks, but they'll still have that similarity in it, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just showing your evolution and you like, you know, with your sound and whatnot. But it's cool to see, and it's like I think you'll be able to tell that the music that you're putting out is something that not necessarily you held on to, but something that you're cradling and waiting to put out, you know?
Right, right. And again, like I'm always working on music. So although I may be
Always.
although
Just check your story. You'll find
although I
out.
may be planning preparation for an EP or another release, best believe that sometime that week I got a release coming out that I've already done the preparation for. And that's like the routine I've kind of like already uh put myself in a position where like okay, like I know at least a month max I want to have a track out. Cuz again, like I like feeding my audience like every month as much as I can, like with whatever I'm satisfied with.
And that, if you really think about it, like just one track a month isn't that much of music. That's basically
No,
12
no.
songs a year.
Yeah,
If you just say.
but
It's not that much.
yeah, yeah. It really isn't from a producer perspective. Like,
Yeah.
but again, like, a lot of factors come in, like me overthinking, like if I should release.
It's like I think that's a producer,
It's a producer thing, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I want to add on to this particular topic as well before we get to the ending and everything. Starting off or at the level that we're at, you know, we sometimes we might compare ourselves to like the top producers and their quality.
Because
And
we
I don't-
have to though.
and in a sense we do have to because there's a lot to take from these productions as an upcomer. Like don't get it twisted. Like we always be learning. But don't let that discourage you from releasing some shit because it ain't Virtual Riot or it ain't fucking Tiesto Afrojack, you know, fucking production. Like just people. I don't know. No one's told me this shit, but I personally believe that people like to see progression and evolution. So if you could build and progress your production quality and like your tracks, and people can see like what producer you were from 4 years ago to where you are now, like people really love to see the development. Believe it or not,
Yeah.
like it's like kind of like 4 years ago, like he wasn't making these kinds of tracks, and then now it's just kind of like people like to see the timeline. People like to see the journey, like the struggle. You know how far you came from, you know, with everything. So, you know, release it. I know it's a freaking temptation to release it right away when you make a track and you fuck with it, like, cause you fuck with it. And my best advice for anyone that's upcoming, you know, trying to get the best out of their reach, you know, it's just, you know, put some money, invest some money into promotion, you know, start building your email list, try to get emails, start building, you know, get an email list going on for you. That's very important. Because what if one day Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, they all fucking get shut down? Now you lose that disconnection with your fans. But if you had your own website, you have your own emailing list, you still keep in contact with that. So something to think about, you know. Get your own website. That's you know, I have my own website, www.huskybase.com. You know, you can see all my shit. It's pretty much an EPK. But if anyone wants to book me, I can send you that EPK for sure. Right? You gotta talk to, you know, Robert, my manager. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
hit me up. What's up?
Yeah, but yeah, dude. I mean, it's been a ride for sure, bro. I mean, I've definitely have progressed. I'm still learning. You know,
Everyone
yeah.
should always still be learning at all
Yeah,
times. I don't care how old you are. I don't care what you think you do. Every day you should be learning.
And those DJs like Afrojack, Laidback Luke, and all
They're
those fools,
still
like,
learning.
they still want to
And-
put themselves in the position to learn.
And think about it this way, like even the older heads, even us being old, we have to look at the younger people, the people that are just doing this, because they're the ones that are fucking teaching us shit. They're the one that's teaching us what's in and what's not in, you know?
Because we could think some shit's popping, but then the youngster could be like, nah.
This
and he'll
is
be
popping.
Like, damn, this shit popping low key.
Yeah. And then
'Cause
sometimes
we have our egos, for sure, bro. We have our egos.
And then think about it this way. Say you've been producing for like 10 years or so, right? And you still haven't really hit the upper echelon how you wanted to. And then this new style of music comes in and you're like, oh shit, this almost fits my style. And then you dive in there and then bam, you're popping off of that. That's how I think a lot of people pop off. Like like at one point or another, your style is going to fit the EDM scene, you know? So
Right.
like just keep going and then eventually you're going to fit in.
I think my biggest thing with building a fan base and just like, you know, making your contribution to music and dance music, you know, just figure out your style, figure out your signature sound, and just I know making new fans is definitely the goal, but let's not forget the goal of, you know, showing love and like just keeping up with your current fans too. Like build. We always want to try to tap into different like audiences and try to get other artist audiences maybe. But just keep on build relations with your current fans. Don't always just try to show support to them. Let them know that their support is appreciated and all that kinds of stuff. So
and keep on rocking in the free world. Doot doodaloot doot. No, you don't get it. Okay, Nardwar.
No, Nardwar.
Because you were like, keep on, and I don't know why that shit popped in my head.
I seen those interviews with Nardwar. Yeah, he's.
You about to get one of those? Don't trip.
Manifesting it.
Facts.
Manifesting.
All right, so before we close this out, I just want you to give us a 3 to 4 month timeline of what's coming out for Husky. Just 3 to 4 because 5 is kind of stretching it, because we never know what the fuck's
Well, I'll start off
out.
with what's gonna go on this month. So this month, so I had recently released a track called "To the Top." I'm gonna release a house mix VIP to that on April 8th, coming out everywhere. You know what? I've actually talked with Robert about this, and honestly, other people and everyone told me, hey, this version has to be the first one. And look, I understand. This house version just gives it a different vibe, a different tone, and hey, look, I'm the one releasing this shit, alright? So if I'm saying the 150 BPM version is gonna be the first, it's gonna be the first. But look, I appreciate the fucking opinions and everything. But it's finally coming out. April 8th. I'm gonna be promoting that. I'm gonna start advertising that coming in. That shit's
about to hit.
So yeah, I got that coming out April 8th. I did mention the Say What You Want single along with the Say What You Want EP. Say What You Want is coming out April 22nd. April 29th is gonna be the Say What You Want EP. 3 tracks. One obviously being Say What You Want. The other one is a collaboration with Over from Mexico. It's called Drop That, and then the third one is called Hit the Flow. So 3 tracks.
So
dubstep shit.
I just want to give everybody some game real quick. I don't know if you knew this or not, but if you didn't, I just want to give you like the reason of why you should always drop a single before you put out an EP or an album or whatever, for the reason of algorithms. So say you have no single and you just drop your EP or whatever. The algorithms don't know where to put your EP at. They don't know where to put your EP in front of. So say you drop.
I didn't even know this, bro.
So say you drop a single before you drop your EP, then that single basically is being shopped out. Basically, the algorithms are picking it up, seeing who likes that single. So when you do drop your EP, the algorithm knows where to already send it. And so always put out.
And the related tracks of the EP, your single will be there because it's already building that momentum. And that's the thing why I do the single before it's building that momentum, which is a big key. When you're doing EP specifically, the momentum when releasing singles is obviously in the promotion side, but the momentum on the EP is obviously the promotion to one of those singles, and then the single pretty much raising the awareness of the EP. And then from there, obviously, like I said, 22nd, one of the singles from my EP, Say What You Want, everywhere. And then to 29, that's the full 3-track dubstep EP, Say What You Want. Yeah. And I've been holding off on that for a year. Really excited to do, drop that. May I got like a track or 2 coming out. I don't got track titles yet. I got track titles. I'm not gonna front, but I don't want to tell y'all. Just follow me on Husky Bass, So, and then June, I haven't really thought about June. Maybe I did, but again, follow me on Husky Bass. Nah, but actually, let me go back to the month of April because that's just music that we're touching on. I got a bunch of music covered every month. Just trust. But for live shows, I'm actually having my own headlining show in downtown Riverside on April 22nd, the same day of the single "My Say What You Want." So so I'm dropping my Say What You Want single, and I'm also throwing I'm doing a headlining show with Lowen in downtown Riverside on April 22nd, alongside other fucking sick ass artists. Come on down, follow me on my page, to get your RSVP. It's gonna be a great time. California just allowed venues to do these kinds of events. A lot of us are vaccinated. A lot of us are feeling better. So it's just a much more better time to be doing these kinds of things. We haven't done a lot of things with Lowen just because of the pandemic and its guidelines, but now that we are seeing a bit more vaccinations getting around, more accessible to people, I feel like we're testing out the waters with this event, and I'm really excited for it. You know, a lot of you guys have already shown interest coming now. It's gonna be a great time. So
It's about to be fun as fuck.
yeah, April 22nd. Once again, I'm headlining. Gonna have.
I'm about to drop a
playing.
set. What's up?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just have a bunch of other friends, you know, personal to me too, playing, and you know, it's gonna be a special night. You know, just EDM in downtown Riverside. Lowen, we're back, homie.
Hell yeah! I'm excited to see what Lowen got coming out. To be honest, cause
same, actually, same.
Right?
Yeah, same. You know.
God,
But I think everything is in good hands. I believe. You know, I'm sure. I don't know. I'm hungry. I'm fucking hungry. I'm literally hungry though. I might get some Jack in the Box.
True.
Nah, just playing.
All right. Well,
But yeah.
that's been our spotlight episode with the man, the myth, the legend himself. Husky.
Thank you for having me on our platform.
Facts. How does it feel to be like in that chair, not this chair? Different?
Honestly, I feel like it's the same thing because I don't know, just different angle. I kind of feel like more relaxed, you know, because
Yeah, you're the one. You get to talk whatever you want to talk about.
yeah, I feel a little bit more relaxed.
It's funny though, because when we do the other episodes, I feel like you want to talk more, but you're like, damn, but I need to get. I want to let them talk, so you don't really say as much.
No, yeah. Like obviously, a lot of the times when people talk, I want to add in my shit, but obviously it would be another.
It would be a disservice to the artist.
Yeah, exactly. So and trust me, there's been I think in every episode I feel like there's been times I've kind of like cut off a bit. I cut off like a bunch of my guests, and I want to apologize, but
it's a learning experience.
I'm working on it again because this platform is more for them, not for me, and so.
Well, this time is for you. Facts.
Thank you.
All right, you want to sign the wall again or nah?
You know what? Alright, yeah.
You can highlight it, circle it, do something with it if you don't want to leave it plain.
Show me the marker then. Show me the marker. But yeah. Again, I'm Husky. I'm one of the co-founders of Lose the Tempo, alongside with my partner Zion Don, aka True Rob.
True. Hey, if you guys see me in the street, just call me Rob. Ertz.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
I feel weird still by going by aliases. I feel
it
very
takes
awkward.
time. It takes time for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate all you guys. Been following me these past years.
Subscribe.
Make sure to follow me at Husky Bass. Follow Low End Entertainment. Follow Lose the Tempo. Follow Zion Don. Make sure to keep on staying updated with all his other projects. It's gonna be alright.
Follow everyone we got up here. Feel me? Like. We want you guys to follow all these people because they're gonna be something. True, that works.
Those are claws right there. Fuck it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Any last words that you want to say?
Nah. Catch me at the show on the 22nd.
Yeah. Once again, 22nd Low End event. We don't got the name yet. Don't got the name yet, but
not yet.
Flyer's gonna be out soon. But for everyone that's tuned in, you guys got the fucking first news right now. April 22nd, downtown Riverside at Mescal. Make sure to swing by because I'm headlining along with a bunch of other people. So, thanks for having me, Robert. Thanks YouTube for always giving us a place to do this platform. For all our past guests and. Again, this is our 20th episode, dude. Some shit, bro.
Episodes.
Like, that shit low-key went like a breeze.
Let's double that because, we do a spotlight and guest tempo. So how many episodes is that?
Yeah,
so 40 episodes or so.
We for sure already like 40 episodes deep, but like week-wise, like, yeah, we were like 20, this is the 20th episode.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so.
All right, we're going to keep going until we hit like 2,000, 20,000. You feel me? So.
Yeah, dude, until we die, I guess.
I ain't dying.
He said I ain't dying. Damn. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Lose the Tempo. This is my partner right here, Robert. End that shit.
We out.
Thanks for tuning in and subscribe to the channel.